lihat dulu. start. cancel. Yeah.
Bravo. Jaros, yeah.
Yeah. We go to Manchester
Oh,
School.
sorry.
All good?
Okay,
careful, brother.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you make a film, right?
Exactly.
It's filming him.
Eh, at Cristina de Rafael. No H.